Oh, Tau fans. Tau fans, you silly little sausages. How's your butts feel? I hope you enjoyed playing Retaliation Carter for a little bit. Because that's fucking dead. Go to this. Let's download the Mutatorium Field Manual. Let's start here. Because we got a bit to talk about before the next index comes out. I reviewed the Grey Knights detachment off stream. It's fine. I'll get onto that in a little bit. I don't like that they've used the demon rule like twice in a fucking row now. But yeah, where's the other thing that I need to talk about? Just FYI, we barely got any changes, but the ones that we got were like pretty big from the balanced data slate and the thing. So stratagems that allow a closer setup range have been changed to 6. We saw this coming a mile off. Stratagems that worsen AP. This makes pairing Fire Knives and Breaches together exceedingly good because they can only drop the AP of one of them, which means that you just open with the Breaches with a second target available for the Fire Knives. If the Breaches just murder them with enough shots, they probably will, then you're gucky. But then if, you can send the Fire Knives elsewhere, that's fine. Armor of Contempt needed to be changed like this. Adeptus Sororitas Bringers of Flame got fucking nuked. So Sororitas gain a Miracle Dice at the start of each battle round now. And at the end of each phase, if one or more Adeptus Sororitas units from your army were destroyed, not each time one is destroyed. Also, the Triumph will probably not be played because it's incredibly expensive, and each time you gain a Miracle Dice at the start of a battle round, you don't get an extra one. You just, instead of rolling a d6, you get a 6, which is fine, but I think for points cost is not something you're going to be doing. Masu, Risu, Kiryu, Will, Gary, Mike, Sam, Zakara, everybody's joining us. Welcome to the Nothing Happens for Any of the Armies That I Care About edition. Sisters I haven't got together yet, and this is going to be more of like a passion project because I love the models, but Blazing Eye, Cleansing Flame going to 2 CP after everything else that they've changed, as well as the +1 strength going to within 6. They decimated this detachment. Like, this is unplayable. At least in my opinion. This is fucking unplayable. Like, whoo! Now, Penitent Host to get changed to, if you remember from a while back, I was saying that I don't like that it works that you have to pick the Penitent things, but you can now select one of the Vows of Atonement, which means they can use it when they want it, rather than having a Montcast style thing where it's on the first 3 turns. But yeah, Custodian's got some really nice changes. Bikes are going up. Get ready for bikes to be fucking everywhere. Salvo launchers went to Twin Link, Strength 10, AP 3, D6 +1 damage. That is an insane anti-tank option. Because you have like 3 to 6 of the motherfuckers in a unit. So like, you just, yeah. Their Shield Captain went to 7, Toughness 7, 8 wounds. The basic guys went to Toughness 7 and 5 wounds. Quicksilver Execution once per battle after this unit ends a normal or an advanced move, not just an advanced move. Select an enemy unit that have moved over during that move, roll a d6. For each 2+, that unit suffers 2 mortal wounds. So not only can they fly over you and potentially just murder Marines en masse for 2+, yeah, or even just like normal friggin' guardsmen. You have one unit fly over them, and you only have to have one model from the bike unit fly over the unit, and then roll a dice for each model in the unit on a 2-up, take 2 mortal wounds, which splash over. Insane. Anyway, I want to highlight the thing that I care about. Look at all these changes. Look at all these changes that everybody is getting. And you think, all right, they're going to change our army rule. They're going to get rid of some of the shit we've been asking for like fucking ages. Let's keep going down. Orcs getting big changes. Necrons. Yep. Cool. Space Marines getting a shitload of them. Oh, interesting. So Vanilla Marines for Oath of Moment. If your army doesn't include Black Templars, Blangles, Dangles, Deathwatch, or the Woofs, add 1 to the wound roll as well. They got reroll hits and +1 to wound. Mother flipper. Let me just keep going down. Oh, there's Tau Empire. There's Tau Empire. Let me zoom in on all of our changes. Let me just zoom in on all of our changes. I just want to bring up an interesting bit of data here. Our wonderful Tau lover Cooper put this in the Team New South Wales Discord. So Retaliation Carter had a 50% win rate, and now that they can't come up within 3, Retaliation Carter's dead. And spoiler alert, no compensation buffs in our points cost. Crude Hunting Back is 49%, Cao Yon is 45%, and Montcar is 43%. And we cop nothing but nerfs. Perfect, GW. Perfect. Perfect. Never let them see you cry, Tau fans. Never let them see you cry. So let's have a look at the Munitorium Field Manual. Surely there's like points cost reductions or something to, account for the fact that we just got like stealth nerfed across the board in its entirety. Where is there's that. Oh, by the way, all hail to the God Emperor. Thank you very much. Let's just, there it is, Tau Empire. Tiger Shark went up 50 points because fuck you. It wasn't enough that it can't act on the turn that it comes in, but it really, really needed to go up 50 points because it was like one of 2 viable flyers in the game. All right, look at that. Sunforgers didn't move. And our melters didn't go back to 18 inches. Whereas Sisters multi-melters are 18 inches. Eradicators, which have the Sunforge ability, but better because they fully reroll hits, they're at 18 inches. Yeah. You want to know something funny? Necrons on top of their new busted detachment had some points buffs. Fucking of course they did. Of fucking course they did. Zakara, thank you for the follow. We didn't get the sisters treatment. I figured I should follow on Twitch too. I appreciate it. So I walked away from looking at all this, and I'll go through some of the other changes, but like Marines were having a rough time. The basic flavor of Marines were having a rough time. And there was something that I was a little bit happy about because I love my short Kangs. But the Leagues of Votann, the Brokeback Thunderkin, are now 160 points for 6 models, which for what these guys do is kind of insane. Pair that up with maybe some Hecaton goodness, and you could have some little short Kangs jumping out to fuck somebody's day. Pull one out for Tau. Yeah, pretty much. But of course, Knights needed to go down on Armiger spam. Grey Knights didn't get anything moved. They had the Dread Knight go up. I don't know the Grey Knights were prolific enough that they needed to get nerfed. Drukhari, which haven't been winning anything ever, got Grotesques and Scourges nerfed. Void Raven Bomber went up by 20. It's, yeah. Dangles, Lion went up. Chaos Space Marines had their bikers go down. Actually, let's start from the top. Let's start from the top, and now we're here. So Sororitas got nuked from orbit. 20 points on the Exorcist, 10 points on the Castigator. Put all of that on top of all of the other changes that happened. Like, Sisters are going to be fine because, again, their codex is so well written. So they've got, like, the Army of Faith. They've got the Penitent host, which is great. Hallowed Martyrs is still fantastic, even though, like, it was the index detachment. They are still doing well. It means that the Castigators maybe are even still good enough at 170 to validate taking more than a few of them. The Exorcists are hard at that point level. But yeah, what else are you looking at? You look at like Morven Val with her, where are her girls? I'm forgetting the name of their stuff. Why can't I remember? Paragon Warsuits, right below her. That package, and even the 3 of them for 220 with, full rerolls to hit and wound against vehicles. That's going to be very, very relevant in the upcoming meta. Because I don't know if you've noticed, but all the detachments are very vehicle heavy. Custodes' bike's coming up, so it's high toughness and a lot of wounds. Yeah. Skyri's been carrying the win rates at the start of 10th. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So Sisters having a bad time. Custodes just had as a, to sort of mark that they had their toughness and their wounds go up, there was no chance they could stay at the same points that they were. That, like, changing a characteristic is so much more impactful than the points. So, yeah, it just means that the bikes are going to be pretty incredible now, especially because you don't have to advance to get that ability. That was such a dumb thing that they had, because if you could do it with a normal move, it meant you couldn't shoot and you couldn't charge. So, like, why would you ever take the bikes like that? It's kind of crazy that it took them this long to fix it, but everything at GW moves slowly. Admech, Castle, and Robots went down. Titanicus, lol. Eldari had literally nothing change. Literally nothing change. Though, I imagine in this, the Eldari may have gotten some touches. Some bad touches to their bottoms. Bearer, I think, 66. I think these are all old changes. I don't think they got anything changed at all. Yeah, it'd have to be in red. So Eldari, literally 0 done to them. I think that's fine. Like, they're kind of in an all right place at the moment. Astra Militarum copped some big nerfs. Hellhounds. Hydras didn't get nerfed. Fucking Hydras. 85 points for a model that would make a Castigator blush. Like, what the fuck? Cadian Shock Troopers, taking just 10 of them, went up by 5 points. Catachans. Okay, so Australians are busted, as you know. We are the most terrifying thing on the planet. That says a lot, because everything on our continent is terrifying. They went up 10 points for each. It's kind of fair. They're on every list. Chimeras went up 15. Gaunt's Ghosts went up 10. Hellhounds, I already mentioned. Lord Solar went up 25 points. Ogren Squad went up 10 for the 6. And I think this is to bring them in line with what first happened with the broadsides, where when you take them at their max rank, there's a lot you can stack on them. And so it just kind of makes them oppressive. We saw the same thing with the Bulgren, because everybody was running those before. Actually, no, we didn't. They're still at 220. No change. Anyway, Tempest's Aquilans went up by 20 points each, and Tempest's Scions went up by 10 points per 5. Black Templars, their Repulsor and their Repulsor Executioner went down. Not bad for the old Tempies. Mephiston, your butt, and the Ragefield Warrior, which was the Punchy Captain enhancement. Both of those went up by 10 and 15 points respectively. Sangard down 5 points for 3, which isn't terrible. I don't think it's, like Sangard were already kind of good. You'd see a few of them in a lot of different lists, but yeah. I think that list I took for the coaching game the other day went up 100 points. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me at all. Blangles needed changes like this. Mephiston's way too good. That Ragefield Warrior was being taken in every single list. It probably still will, but now they actually maybe have to give something up for it. Though, having said that, if you were running Sangard, this basically just offsets the Ragefield Warrior. Demons. Bloodletters went down by 10 points, and Screamers went up by 10 points per 3. I was going to make a joke about Chelsea or something there, but it didn't come to me in time, so I apologize. My brain must be a little bit off today. Chaos Knights, Wardog Executioners, Huntsmen, Stalkers, and Lord of Dread went down after, already being quite a good spot. This puts them even better. CSM already mentioned. Dangles was just Lion. Death Guard, lol. Don't get no changes. You get the Tau treatment. Death Watch, you're not a real faction. Drakari, we already mentioned. GSC, the Abominants went up by 20. The Achilles Ridge Runners went up by 10 per model. So 2 models is now 170 points. No other changes for them, but there was a lot of stuff in the data slate. Nem Dreads for the Grey Knights went up by 5. Yeah, it's fine. Imperial Agents, Vindicare Assassin went down by 25. That is kind of a meaningful change for them. Imperial Knights, more Armiger spam. So down 10 points each. Interesting. Votan already mentioned. Crons, the Catans can get fucked. 10 points on each. Canoptic Wraiths went down by 10 points per 3. The thing that they were spamming in Canoptic Court went down. Necron Warriors in Bricks of 10 went down 10. Ophidian Destroyers down 10 and down 20 respectively. Plasmancer down 5. Royal Wardens up 10. Hexmark Destroyers up 5. Ghost Ark down 10. And Immortals down 5 points for the 5 models. But fucking why? 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 These things were brought in every fucking list and made an entire list archetype work. And yet the Tiger Shark has to get nerfed. Fucking what? Anyway. Codex Orcs, the Warboss and the Warboss in Mega Armor got nerfed. Kind of makes sense. The Bully Boys detachment has been doing very, very well, especially in teams. We had at the last teams event that I went to, I played into Michael House on an extremely good Orcs list. Yeah, piloted well. That list is very, very... It has a lot of legs. It has a lot of legs. All right, Codex Space Marines. Infernus squads got nerfed. Who was taking this? Who was ever taking Infernus models? I have never seen these guys at a tournament. Never once. I have never even heard anybody fucking talking about them. I wonder if this is a preemptive change because of the +1 to wound. If they're worried about people like having 10 Infernus models and then using that +1 to wound just to like obliterate shit. Yeah, who knows? Heavy Intercessors up 15 and 30. Inceptors down 10 points per 3. Marnie's Calgar going up 15. That makes sense. We're seeing him in a lot of lists. Uriel Ventress went up 20. Reaver Squad up 5 and 10. Robotron Gilliman going up 60 points. Apparently not happy with the change they made like a couple of months ago. Scouts up 5 and 10. They're kind of the most useful unit in the Codex. That kind of makes sense. Sternguard Veterans up 10 and 20 respectively, and nothing else changing. So what I can really get from this is that some of the rules changes that Marines got, they're nerfing the things that are going to show up in all of the chapter, special chapter Marines lists, is the feeling I'm getting from this. But anyway. Space Wolves, because they didn't have to hit my Wolves enough. The Wolf Scouts went up by 5 and 10, and the Wolfen went up by 5 and 10. So you get more nerfs for Mushu's wonderful little boys. Thousand Suns, no changes. Tyranids, Norn Assimilator down 15, Norn Emissary down 15. Adam's going to be very happy. The Trigon down 20 points. Alex will be very happy. Tyrant Guard down 5 and 10, and no other changes. And then we've got the Wheaties, which get the Tau treatment. That is our points changes. Now, let's have a look at what we're getting for today in terms of detachment. Holy shit, where am I going to find it during this mess? There's Grey Knights. I'll review that with you guys. There we go. Space Marines, Librarius Conclave. Get rid of you. Don't need you anymore. Look at you later. All right, so the Grey Knights one, I'm going to go over very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. Love that they've given Purifiers something to do. So be within 6 of a Purifier squad, you get your hallowed ground. If they hadn't have given the detachment shit to another army, it would have been cool if they gave it to Grey Knights and it was like this, like demons wanting to put the shadow of the warp on everything, and you know, Grey Knights wanting to push it back and have hallowed ground. That would have been really cool, but they gave it to somebody else and now it's just like a dime a dozen thing. Radiant Champion and Paragon of Sanctity are both kind of auto takes. Purifiers, or anybody in range, everybody getting reroll hit rolls of 1, and then Purify squads or wholly within your army's hallowed ground, you can reroll the hit roll is very nice as well. A lot of the stratagems, like Flames of Sanctity and Fires of Covenant, kind of fucking suck because, like, it's D3 mortal wounds on a 4+. If you spend a CP to get 1 mortal wound or no mortal wounds, that feels fucking terrible. Now, I will say, D6, adding 2 to the result if you're wholly within your army's hallowed ground, so if you got that or it's Purifiers, this is on a 2+. That does become better. And this one, add 1 to the result if it's Castle and Crow. On a 4+ for every unit around you in the fight phase, this has the capability to do a shitload of mortal wounds. Someone poke Jay to read chat. What? Rodent Gorilla Hands can use 2 Primarch abilities a turn now. Oh, nice. Nice. So, the big thing for me in this detachment is full rerolls to wound on a Purifier squad, drop within 6 and still be eligible to charge. Notice it doesn't restrict it. That means you can get fucking Castle and Crow and the 10-man Purify squad out of Deep Strike, bang, blow up everything with its flames, kill screens in front of it with the anti-infantry 2+ fucking attack that they've got, and then charge in 6 inches or whatever it becomes after screens into something that they don't want you to go into. Really powerful. And then put on top of that, you'll have full rerolls to hit and potentially full rerolls to wound, and then Repelling Sphere, your opponent's charge phase -2 to charge. Plus, Aegis Eternal doesn't suck either. Give your models a 4+ invuln. Now, it is a little bit restrictive being on hallowed ground, but I think that this detachment is going to have legs. You got to lean into the Purifiers, though. You've really got to lean into them because you can't guarantee that you're going to be holding half or more of the objectives in the, in sections of the battlefield. So, yeah, we'll have to see how this one shakes out. It might really encourage people to go away from Dread Knights because Dread Knight spam has been the big, sort of staying power the Grey Knights have had. But, yeah. Let's get into our Marinus Librarius Conclave. The Space Marine psychers that comprise the ranks of the Librarius often stand apart from their battle brothers, many of whom find their mastery of occult powers disturbing. Yet, despite their misgivings, no Space Marine doubts the might of their chapter's librarians. On rare occasions, often in response to demonic invasion or the machinations of Xenos psychers, a group of librarians may accompany a hand-picked task force to war. When leading squads of transhuman warriors into the fight, such a conclave may enhance their battle brothers' already supreme strength, speed, and endurance with channeled empiric energies, confound their enemies with illusory deceptions, or obliterate the foe in blazing torrents of flame. So, we have Psychic Disciplines as the detachment rule. Start of the battle round, select one of the following Psychic Disciplines. Till the end of the battle round, that Psychic Discipline is active and affects all Adeptus Psyche units from your army. Biomancy, add 2 to the movement characteristic. Divination, each time a model unit makes an attack, reroll a hit roll of 1 and a wound roll of 1. Each time a ranged attack made by a model in this unit targets an enemy unit within 12, improve AP. Each time a ranged attack targets this unit, subtract 1 from the strength. And each time a model in this unit makes an attack, you can ignore any or all modifiers to the weapon skill, ballistic skill, or any hit roll modifiers. So, doesn't this look familiar? Doesn't this look like what I think it was Admech got? So it seems GW is reusing some ideas, but I think that makes sense. If they're just doing like a free, we're going to throw this at you, whatever, like it makes sense they wouldn't have all fresh, brand new ideas because they've got teams that are working on like codexes and everything else. But they are reusing some stuff, but a lot of these sound very good, like extra movement, re-rolls, improve the AP, ignore modifiers to weapon skill, ballistic skill, and hit roll, lol, death guard. That's all good stuff. Prescience, psycho model only, excluding terminators. Once per turn when an enemy unit ends a normal advance or fallback move within 9, you can make a normal move of d6 or up to 6 inches instead if the divination discipline is active for your army. So if you've got re-rolls, just 6-inch movement. That's kind of cool. Celerity. The bearer's unit is eligible to declare a charge in a turn in which it advances, and if the biomancy discipline is active for your army, it is eligible to declare a charge in a turn in which it fell back. That is really, really cool. I actually do like that they're tying some of this stuff to picking the right thing. That adds a little bit of a skill ceiling to be able to use them. Obfuscation. Enemy units cannot use the fire overwatch stratagem to shoot at the bearer's unit, and if the telepathy discipline is active for your army, the bearer's unit cannot be targeted by ranged attacks unless the attacking model is within 18. That is really fucking cool. It's going to be obnoxious, but it's cool. Fusillade, 15 points. Or Fusillade. Ranged attacks equipped by models in the bearer's unit have the anti-monster 5+, and anti-vehicle 5+, and sustained hits 1 if pyromancy is activated, so that's the AP, and add 6 inches to the range characteristic of those weapons if telekinesis is active. All very cool stuff. So then we've got, in random order, Armor of Contempt. So this will be changed not till the end of the phase. This is -1 AP under the new terms of the Armor of Contempt strat, which is after the unit that you trigger this with finishes their attack. So only one unit gets a benefit. Iron Arm, fight phase. One Adeptus Astartes infantry unit that is within 18 inches, one or more Psyche unit models from your army, and has not been selected to fight this phase. Until the end of the phase, add 1 to the strength characteristic of melee weapons equipped by them, or 2 if it's biomancy. Then let's go Prescient Precision. Your shooting phase. One Adeptus Astartes Psyche unit from your army that has not been selected to shoot this phase. Until the end of the phase, each time a model in your unit makes an attack, that attack has lethal hits and the ignore cover as well if you picked Divination. So that is a really, really cool thing to have. I can think of a number of units that use this well. Fiery Shield. Fight phase, just after an enemy unit has selected its targets, one Adeptus Astartes infantry or mounted unit from your army that's within 18 of a Psyker model, and that was selected as the target of one or more of the attacking unit's attacks. Until the end of the phase, each time an attack targets your unit, subtract 1 from the hit roll, and if it's pyromancy, weapons that target your unit have hazardous. This could be really fucking bad for Tau. This could be really bad. Imagine all of your breaches rolling 10 hazardous rolls. That could be really nasty. And then we go up to Sensory Assault. Command phase, one Psyche unit from your army. Select one enemy unit within 18 and visible to that Psyche model. Until the start of your next turn, that enemy is pinned. They have -2 to their move, -2 to charge rolls. In addition, if telepathy is active for your army, that enemy must take a battle shock test, subtracting 1 from the result. That could be extremely powerful. Then, last but not least, we've got a Sail. Your shooting phase, one Psyche unit from your army that is eligible to shoot. Select one enemy unit within 18 of and visible to one or more Psyche models from your unit, excluding units with lone operative, and roll 6d6, adding 1 to each result if telekinesis is active. For each 4+, the enemy unit suffers a mortal wound. This is basically being able to throw double grenades, which is kind of fucking funny. Though this one's at 18 inches. So, yeah. That is our Marines detachment. I'm not going to lie. It surprised me a little bit. I guess I should have seen this coming because of the Marines have been hitting the books. That gave away that it was going to be something to do with librarians. I do kind of love this. I think this would have been better on Grey Knights and not Marines, which only have a certain amount of access to psychers. But, yeah. It looks fine. I can't see this breaking the game. I think it's got enough options. I think it'll punish newer players that are bad. I think it'll be really good for good Marine players. But, yeah. Are there many Psyche units without the grenade keyword? I don't know. The game with the same or very similar rules across different armies helps. It's easy to learn the other army. It helps with balance. As long as they don't do it too much, like you don't want stuff to be samey, but having stuff that has overlap, I think is the best way to look at it. When you've got overlap between certain things, it can take some of the muddiness out of the game. Like you look at how much nobody understood AdMech for like all of 9th and all of 10th, and even then most people still don't. Like that isn't healthy for it. But once you learn it, you go, oh, this isn't so bad. But it's confronting from the outset because nobody else has anything like it. So yeah, as long as it doesn't become samey, overlap is good. But yeah, none of them have it. It's for the Marine unit they join. Yeah. So you have the Psyker throw this shit, and then you have the Marines go grenade out, and then yeah. So. And my Discord's going off because of course it is. So Rain has pointed out something good, and this is very interesting. With Kaldor Drago, this is for the Grey Knights. Detachment can drop functionally 2 6-inch charges in a turn. That is incredibly spicy. That actually means that you can have a Grey Knights list which fucking jails somebody. But you need to do it with a Purifier unit and then a Terminator unit, which is actually kind of best case scenario because the fucking Purifiers will fuck super hard and the Terminators are super hard to remove. So, yeah. Joe, you're not fucking wrong, man. No more 3-inch GG melters. Retaliation Carter it's not dead, but it was already only at a 50% win rate. Like, you take away the ability to get the melter bonus on what was like its only trick, then yeah. I mean, like, Farsight's still going to be good because you get his bonus within 9 inches, but like no compensation buffs at all. No changes to our melters when everybody else has 18-inch melters and we don't for some fucking reason. Like, it's a bitter pill to swallow that all of our detachments are sub 50% win rate and we functionally got nerfed. Now, it does take out some of our predators, but then some of our other natural predators got very buffed. Now, the one good thing that we can take away from this, Tau has always had a very strong matchup into Marines. Marines are about to be very, very good. It means that a lot of the tools that we're already using are already still good. My tournament list hasn't changed from this data slate, and I still stand by that it is the strongest fucking thing that I can write. And I think it's going to do well. But, yeah. Not true that Tau had no changes. Tiger Shark got more expensive. That's exactly what I've been talking about. Like, we got no meaningful changes outside of fucking bench your Tiger Shark, boys and girls and others. Like, it's just... It doesn't exist anymore. It now has been ruled that it can't shoot on the turn it comes in, and it's 50 points more expensive. We're at 275. It was already broaching that expensive mark. Like, yeah. Have to rapid ingress wisely to get the most out of it. Yeah, you will. And that will be the thing that, like, Tau is already something which punishes, like, the delta between the top Tau players and the lowest Tau players is fucking enormous. This will drive it even further because, like, when you're learning a faction, you're learning all the tricks, you're learning whatever, you're not thinking about rapid ingress. You're thinking about, you're barely able to think a turn ahead. Because I remember what it's like being a newer player. You have no idea what's going to happen. You do not understand the game at a level where you can predict that stuff and use it well. And even in, like, all of my coaching sessions, getting people to remember rapid ingress has been a big part of getting people better at the game and getting their games to flow a little bit more. But, yeah. What did I miss? Nothing for Tau. Is there a balanced data slate? No, there is balanced data slate and Space Marines. So to give you the footnotes on, there's too much to go, but nothing changed for Tau. You just won't take Tiger Sharks anymore. Because there's no more 3-inch deep strike, Retaliation card is dead. But I guess I'll try my Red Card list this weekend because Montcar I feel sucks in GW layouts. With all the changes, as much as I want to play Cao Yon, I'm going to have to for more bodies. Cao Yon and Kroot are the play at the moment. It's Cao Yon and Kroot. I don't think anything else has legs. Wait, what? Okay, so Sam's just pinged me in the where's our balanced data slate? Let's go to the Marines. Where are you, Space Marines? I don't understand any of this with GSC, so I'll ask somebody about that later. But Space Marines, okay. So Oath of Moment we went over. If you're a basic flavor of Marines, no Black Templars, Blood Angels, Dangels, Death Watch, or Space Wolves, you get +1 to wound on that. Gladius Task Force, their Fire Discipline enhancement now also gives reroll advance rolls. Data sheets, Captain and Gravis. Inspiring Commander, if you include this model in your army until the end of the battle. Non-character models in Terminator, Assault Squad, or Terminator Squad have an objective control characteristic of 2 while they're not battle shocked. So Captain and Gravis armor is just if it's in your army. Terminator's OC2. Okay? And his Master... Oh, no, sorry. That's Darnath Lysander. Captain Gravis armor just gets damage 3 heavy bolt rifle. Okay. Heavy Intercessor Squad, damage 2 on the heavy bolt rifles. 3 up, yep, cool. Impulsor, no, that's not a change. Infernus, this is why they got nerfed. They're AP1. That's why they got nerfed. I thought there had to be a rules change for it. There's no chance GW thought people were taking this. Throw on top of that the +1 to wound, and Pyroblasters might actually be really good. Inceptors got changed in your movement phase in 6 inches. That flies with everything else that we've seen. Infernus Incendiary Terror. Shooting phase after it's shot, select infantry. Enemy takes a battle shock test, subtracting 1 from the test. That's also why they got nerfed. Intercessors, each time, add new ability. Each time this unit selects to shoot, it can use this ability. If it does until the end of the phase, add 2 to characteristics of the bolt rifles. Equipped by models in the unit, you can only select 1 enemy unit as the target of all of its attacks. Okay, that's powerful. That's very powerful. Ironfather Feroz, Inspiring Commander. If you include him in your army until the end of the battle, non-character models in Heavy Intercessor Squads have an OC of 3 while they're not battle shocked. So that's why the Heavy Intercessors got nerfed in terms of points, because that will be extremely powerful. If you haven't seen the Heavy Intercessor data sheet, you should really go and look at it. They're going to be hard to shift off an objective. They're going to be very hard to shift. Caven Shrike. While he's in your army until the end of the battle, Assault Intercessors with jump packs have OC2. Kasoro Khan does it for Outrider Squads. They have OC3. Outrider Squads, delete the Turbo Boost ability and add this, Thunderous Impact. Each time a model in this unit makes a melee attack, if this unit made a charge move this turn, improve the strength and damage of that attack by 1. Holy shit, you could actually put them into Stormlance with Thunderwolves. Have Thunderwolf Cav and fucking Outriders everywhere, and just fucking send it. That'll be really funny. Pedro, Canto Ped. When he's in your army, Stone Guard veterans in your army have OC2. Predator Annihilator, vehicle or monster, you can reroll the damage roll. Okay. Reaver Squad, they've also got subtracting 1 from the test for their fearsome ability. Reaver Squad, Terror Troops, while an enemy unit, excluding monsters' vehicles, is within 3. 1 or more units with this ability, subtract 1 from the OC. Okay. And then Repulsor Executioner has a transport capacity of 7 Adeptus Astartes infantry models. Jump Pack, Wolf, and Gravis Terminator takes up a space of 2. And each Centurion model takes a space of 3. Robo Guila, author of the Codex. At the start of your command phase, select 2 author of the Codex abilities. Until the start of your next command phase, this model has those, so that's a big buff for him. Stone Guards, Oath of Moment, you can reroll the wound roll, so they've got reroll hits, reroll wounds, and +1 to wound, which is, yeah, I can see why they got nerfed. Various combat blades and knives, change AP of the following profiles to -1. Combat knife for Captain and Phobos, Lieutenant and Reaver, and Scout. Scout squads have -1 on their knives now. Okay. Paired combat blades for Incursors, Lieutenant and Phobos, and Lieutenant and combi weapon. Vulcan Heston, add new Inspiring Commander section. Inferno squads get OC2. Cool. Wolf Scouts on their combat knife got -1 AP. It's good for them. Marines just got a suite of buffs. You are going to see fucking Marines everywhere now because you know for a fact every motherfucker has a Marines army sitting somewhere. Oh boy. Oh boy. Really hope our new detachment makes up for losing Kroot and Ret Carter to balance Crossfire. Kroot are actually our best performing faction after Retcad goes away. Yeah. Hey, waiting to have my army rule until round 3, so absolutely dumb. Gonna have every army in my face turn 2 or blocking the entire board before I can start my Cao Yon. I have tabled people before Cao Yon turns on. It turns out Tau is so powerful that we actually, like, the detachment rule is really nice, but if somebody misplays against you, you can just body the fuck out of them. So what I would say is if people are getting in your face too much by your turn 2, you're not running enough Crew Carnivores or Pathfinders. But yeah. Can't mess with perfection. Bad day to be a tour player. It is Eskai. It is. Bad day to be Hawk Tour because her coin just grifted a bunch of people. It's very, very accurate and relevant. Also, not a great time to be a Tau player. I'm not convinced Retcat is going to take that much of a hit from 6 inches instead of 3. Well, your Sunforgers can never get Melter bonus. You also can't flip objectives as easily, which Retcad suffers with because you don't have a lot of little throwaway units to throw everywhere. Like, you look at the difference between my best performing Retcad list and my best performing Cao Yon list, and the Cao Yon list has almost double the number of units that the Retcad list has. And so when you don't have enough to trade with people, it also means that, like, flipping objectives with crisis suits is incredibly important. 3 inches is so much harder to screen than 6 inches is. So 2CP short and blade is a joke now. If Grey Knight's getting a 6 inch and you can charge for 1 CP is a slap in the face for Tau having to do it for 1 CP for 2 CP when we don't want to charge. Like, yeah. I don't like that a lot of the changes were so, like, pointed. Like, Thousand Suns got their changes. They got brought into line. They didn't need to get changed. There's plenty of other armies that didn't. But, like, we've seen none for 3 data slates now. 3 data slates. Not to mention +2 to charge on Drago. Drago's unit can't be targeted with it because they're Terminators. The Grey Knights one specifically states non-Terminator units can be targeted with the stratagem. But you can put a unit Purifiers with that stratagem and then Kaldor Drago using his at 9 inches and then using his once per game to get +3 to charge. But yeah, just, like, not seeing any love makes me go, like, whoever the fucking Tau Rider is, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, we've had so many nerfs. Our Taunar, our Storm Surge, our Kroot, now Retcad, that got nerfed and changed for sins that weren't ours. And you're asleep at the wheel. Like, these will be, like, the fucking ballistic skill minus. Who wants that? Who thinks that that's healthy for the game? We are a sub 50% win rate army. We had our Riptide nerfed. We've had our Tiger Shark nerf. Like, Tau Rider, what the fuck are you doing? I'm fully getting ready for our detachment to come out and for it to be absolute dog shit. I am fully ready for it to come out and be dog shit. Now, from my frustration, is our faction dead? No, fuck no. Tau is still perfectly playable. You will still do perfectly well. They have always been a faction that rewards intelligent play and a high skill ceiling. The problem is that they have an army rule which was written to exacerbate the difference between the best Tau players and the worst. a minus baked in to punish bad players that plan poorly, and no updates for ages. Where are the updates? There is so much stuff that you need to fix. Yeah, detachment will be your worst shadows of the warp just to really piss you off. Oh my god, it's gonna happen, isn't it? It'll be like, this is your zone of unity, and then you have to have an ethereal in a zone and hold more than half of the objectives in that area, and that becomes your zone of unity. But if you don't control half the objectives in that area, you get a -1 to ballistic skill. Like, just some bullshit like that. Oh, that was good. I haven't laughed that hard since I was a little girl. Thank you. Oh, I don't hate high skill expression armies, but yeah, it's huge feels bad that other factions do our thing with no restrictions. Yeah. 100%. Now, let's have a look at who's coming next. So, let's go back to the main page. Do we have an article yet? Grotmas calendar. No, it's the Sanctified Kill Zone. Let me just refresh this. Maybe it's not. Yeah, there we go. Just need a little refreshy poos. All right, so who are we getting? CSM. There was a part of me that knew they were going to go CSM because you go Marines, then you go Chaos Space Marines. That just kind of, it's a natural progression. But yeah. Looks like I'll be buying myself some Rampages for myself for Christmas. I mean, the Rampages are good at their current points. They're looking good. I think Double Storm Surge Crew might be my choice for my next tourney. It'll definitely be a fun list. I've said it a billion times. The Storm Surge needs AP1 on all of its guns. Like, if Scouts can have AP1 on their little fucking knives, why can't a Lord of War on its big-ass missile systems? Like, it was Double Marines to Chaos Marines? Yeah. And you know what? Good for him. Get it out of the way first. It's going to, like, they're doing this now, and I'm going to put on my tinfoil, fucking, my conspiracy theorist hat for Big Corpo. Notice that this is at like just about halfway through December. When do you think all the parents are going to start planning out and buying all their kids' presents and getting ready for themselves? And if you release something too late, will people have money left because, they've already bought all the shit for Christmas? So, yeah. And if the Ethereal dies, lose all CP? Let's make it happen. Tau Rider. You can't possibly do worse than you have already done. Actually, I say that, but you absolutely could. But, like, I can't see a world where you would, but bring it on. Fucking bring it on. Oh, that is... This data slate is very disappointing for almost every army I play. Maybe I should play some Votan and spam some fucking Brokeback Thunderkin. Because, like, look at my chunky boy. Look at my chunky boy. These things are beautiful. Why would you not want to field them on the table? And actually, you know what? I am really fucking proud of my my Hearthguard. Like, I put in so much effort to painting these guys, and like, it's only just basic accents or whatever, but it turned out so well. The purple's amazing. Maybe I should play some Votan. Who am I kidding? I'm going to play Tau. I'm going to prove the Calyon actually works and is good, and fuck the Rider. Just bring back 20 advanced Cold Stars, and they can take their unit with them. I have 6 Rampages from playing the Kroot Combat Patrol for fun. They're actually better than I expected. My Kroot list is running 12 Rampages. But yeah. Is for now, I'll switch to playing boarding actions, in which they got rid of for greater good and replaced with Void Combat Discipline Army Rule. You can't possibly do worse. GW Riders hold our beer. It's always a dangerous thing to taunt someone into doing worse. And like, at this point, I don't know why GW hasn't just fucking employed me as a consultant, because like, I fixed ghost kills for them. I fixed devilfish and breaches for them. There was something else. What else did I fix? There was something else that I fixed of theirs. I'm 3 for 3 at the moment. But anyway, it just... it's a bitter pill to swallow, but only because I was looking for some change and I was wanting something to kind of refresh it, maybe take some of the frustration that I have with the army out. And that's exactly why I went and started playing some Space Wolves, because, like, you know, Tau haven't had any meaningful changes, which tells me the GW think their rules are good. But any Tau player that you talk to and you're like, so how do you like your -1 ballistic skill for splitting fire? And listen to the rant. So if nobody likes it, how is GW so out of touch that they refuse to change it and they don't want anything to do with it? Like, just GW, I'll even give you a discount on my rate. I will be a consultant and help you fix Tau. I've done it 3 times and those were freebies and I was happy to because I love your product, I love your IP, and I genuinely want you to succeed. So help me help you by throwing lots of money at me and letting me meet the Emperor Cavill. Like, that's all I ask for. Just let me meet the God Emperor and throw a bit of cash my way, and I will fix all your Tau problems. Like, it's just it's a perfect deal. It's a perfect deal. My email's down in the description. My business email, GW. Just come on. Just, I love you. Let's get together for a coffee. Just whatever. Just, you know, we'll take it slow. If it makes you feel any better, I have no gag reflex, no self-discipline, no self-respect, and I give it up on the first date. So let's do this thing. Not a lot being asked here, really. Is everybody excited that the Cavilverse has been approved? They actually locked it down. Amazon and GW announced that the Cavilverse is ready to go. New Space Marine detachment is up. Oh, Marston, you are so late, brother. You are so late. We've been and done. I have done that thing so many times. I have a new thing to call myself a slut over. Like, we there, baby. It's okay. Jay didn't see they got rid of turn restrictions and armies out of town. Oh, no, Sam. I saw it. But there is only so fucking angry that I can get before my voice gets so high. I'm fine. Shut up. I'm fine. Oh. Jay used Screech. Attack lowered.
Literally set off dogs.
Did I?
Yes.
Good. Fuck those dogs. They keep barking at my moosh. Where is my moosh? Is he? Oh, okay. He's sleeping, everybody. He's not, he can't come and perform for everybody.
I want him to stay sleepy.
Okay, Chelsea. Can't wait to see the 7 different grifter videos a day about how GW is woke because they agreed with the Amazon deal. Good night, Jay. Wait, are you going? Oh. I really need to change that stream elements thing. That is like some old D&D shit. It's not even relevant right now. My spiritual animal is sloth? Well, so I noticed I have a very similar high-pitched voice to Thad Castle from Blue Mountain State. And it's very fitting because in my 20s, and especially when I was in America, I had a very college football bro-like experience with how I spent my time. If ever I decide to start telling some stories from my life, there is going to be some funny and questionable shit that I could talk about. But yeah, I'm cooking a new Max Battleshock list. Oh, can't wait to see it. Want to do a stream game verse 3 Abominants forcing 5 Battleshock tests a turn? Let's fucking do it. Let's do it. I think you'll find pushes glasses up nose, Screech greatly lowers defense. It does. But in my case, it also lowers attack. So, You know, that's the thing. Minimum 5 a turn, love it. I don't want to brag, but I have leadership 7 and in some instances leadership 8, so watch out. With no way to improve it. Oh. But yeah, honestly, good for Marines. Good for custodies are living pretty good. The bike lists are going to be pretty obnoxious. And for anybody that like, obviously I am venting out some frustrations and whatever. And some of it is for comedic value because at the end of the day, I'm an entertainer. But one thing I do want to impress upon people is the tower's not dead. We didn't get any changes, but like if you invest in this army, like I will go to a tournament and know that I'm probably just going to get a 4-1. Just because I put in the time and I understand the army and we have a lot of tools. So if you feel like you're struggling, head to the links in the description where you can buy coaching at my website. Pick yourself some fucking awesome merch, including my little Christmas moo, which we really should put up there. Or join the Patreon or YouTube membership, where at the higher tiers you can get coaching from me every single month, especially in the Pantheon tier, where I basically don't say no to you ever on anything. So check it out. But all jokes and chilling aside, it legitimately, the faction is fine. And I think this represents a good opportunity for me to put some more time into the crit list. You forgot to say good for Necrons getting race buff. They needed it. Look, everybody knows that for the longest time, I've been the biggest fan of the Necrons. They are just such a wonderful species that allows us to live in their long cast shadow. Thank you, baby. And I, for one, am just glad that Necrons finally have a chance to be very, very useful on the tabletop. Yeah, it is good that they can finally be a good army. They've been languishing for so long. I want everybody to do an exercise with me. Let's all say the things that we love about Necrons the most. I'll start. I love that Necrons will literally never die, so I will never have to make choices for myself. They can rule me forever. Unlike, normal governments and kings and whatever else, like they'll all die. They'll all go away. But the Necrons will be here, standing on my neck forever. And I really just love that because I don't like change. That's what I love about Necrons. What about you guys? What about you guys? Tell me things that you love about Necrons. Here we go. I, for one, am glad that they now shoot better and move better than Tau while having access to melee units. Because they should. Because they should. Oh, everybody, be very quiet. Be very quiet. We have a first-time chat from Flano, who has been sitting and lurking in the background. And if we're too loud, we'll startle him. I love that all their players never cheat. That is so right. Necron players never cheat. Everybody say hi to Flano. He's gone from lurker to chatter for the first time. I love staring down 100 warrior bricks. Me too. The warriors are just so great. Jay, I know how much healthy you weigh to get your neck trod on. It's only $4.10 an hour. I have to pay Chelsea for it now? Chelsea! Why am I paying you for it now? You're a bitch! I love you. Please don't leave me. And may or may not contribute to my Christmas presents. Flano, didn't that comment need a trigger warning? I don't. Maybe. It was nice of GW to give them the War in Heaven detachment. Is that an Attack on Titan reference? No, that one's War of Heaven and Earth. Never mind. Trazen is a pretty cool dude. Trazen is probably my favorite out of all of the Necrons. I unironically like Trazen. I love the Necrons never get nerfs. They truly are eternal. Bless the Necrons. Bless the Necrons. If anybody's here for hijack Sarah's phone. Hi Charlie, how you doing? Necrons have stamina and firmness. You gotta keep it hard. If you can't keep it hard for war, if you can't keep it hard, then what the fuck is the point? Just go home. I reckon Trazen does have commanders in his Pokeballs. He has to. Yeah. So you would have probably worked out we're at the yapping point of the stream. I don't know if I really have anything meaningful to say about anything else. Like, is what it is. Yeah. Is what it is. It's good that hyperphasing got nerfed, actually, down to 2 units. And then what, Annihilation Protocol? I don't even know if this is a buff or a nerf. Yeah, whatever. Dataslate, come and gone. It's not going to change much for me. Maybe I'll end up playing the the Grey Knights detachment, see how I feel about it, just to play something different. Maybe play some Leagues of Votan, see what they get for their detachment, but I'm definitely waiting until after Christmas. And that's the other thing for everybody. Like, don't do any rash fucking things in response to this. We don't know how this is going to shake out. We have so much left unrevealed. If GW has a plan, and I want to give them the benefit of the doubt because they have had quite a few Ws lately. If they have a plan, and they're doing stuff, and stuff is cooking, and they didn't want to change stuff for us because there's a really good detachment coming. Like, I think optimism is still a good thing to have. Yeah, don't make any rash purchases or anything else. Give it time to settle because tournaments won't start again until like January or whatever. And if you love the models, go for it and do it. But panic selling and panic buying because of meta shifts is never a good idea. Because generally speaking, we won't know what's actually extremely powerful until tournament data starts coming out. And if you buy the wrong shit, you may not have the funds to buy the thing that actually counters the thing that's all over the meta. Because people get it wrong. I get shit wrong. Like, we see stuff on paper. We make our best guess. But we don't know anything about it till it happens. Nobody was looking at Hydras from Astra Militarum. Turns out they're a fucking banger datasheet. So everybody just chill. And just let's see how it shakes out. Let's see how it shakes out. Thad Castle? Yeah, I fucking love Thad. I love Thad. Guess the date we get Tau Detachment? Day after tomorrow. That's what I'm guessing. Realized I was like 10 minutes behind. I've done that. Perfect time to do a video breakdown of crude detachment. I'll have to wrap my head around it. I haven't got enough reps on it at the moment, and I'm not a big fan of talking about stuff that I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So, now buying more Riptides. Well, you do you, Flano. Don't you have like fucking 9 from when you could run like squadrons of Riptides? You don't need any more. Fuck you. Instructions unclear. Buying more commanders. Yeah, you can come on and do it, Sam. I'll throw some crude into your knights, or you can throw some crude into my Votan. I don't know. Do whatever. Just throw crude everywhere. We'll do crude on crude violence. See whose crude list is better. Still mad I bought a Yavara 2 weeks before they got legended. I am so sad that I never got to use the Yavara in a tournament setting. So goddamn sad. And it legitimately was a unique battle suit. But yeah, at least I have a great looking Riptide. Yeah, fuck yeah you do. Fuck yeah you do. Rule of cool, have fun playing with your favorite war dollies. Exactly. If you like something, don't let me or anybody else tell you not to get it. If you love something, that's the whole point of life. You don't take any of this shit with you. Nothing you do matters. You just drift off back into the void. So have some fucking fun while you're here. Do the stuff that makes you happy. And if somebody else doesn't like it, tell them to go fuck themselves. Come on, Che, it's only 6. I mean, that is probably 6 too few Riptides. You probably should do more. And if you blame me for it and Kay comes wanting to kick the shit out of me, I swear to God, Flano, I will haunt you. I will haunt you every day of the week. I will watch you poop. I will fucking watch you poop. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. It's 20 to midnight here in Australia. I want to say thank you to everybody for showing up. We had like over 30 people to like listen to me ramble on about fucking nothing for a long part of it. Everybody on YouTube, if you have not followed my Twitch channel, there are going to be streams that I don't do a dual stream to Twitch and YouTube. Especially a lot of like gaming stuff hanging, random yaps. There might be even random skill sessions on there that are just impromptu. Just because like everything I upload to YouTube, if it's not some of my mainline stuff, it actually worsens my algorithm for people to find me. So when I want to do that stuff, a lot of the time it's just going to be on Twitch. So if you haven't followed, go over there, hit the follow button, do the notification bell, fuck it, all that sort of shit. If you want to get a railgun emote, then you can throw a sub my way. The Twitch Prime stuff costs you nothing. Or don't. I'm not your fucking dad. I was losing all my games with Tau anyways. At least I can blame the faction instead of my own inability to play the game. Absolutely. Just go to Custodes. Everything happens on 2s. And you roll 4 up in vaults. I personally don't go there because I fail on 2s and I can't roll a 4 up to save my life. But, you baby. Are you doing any Twitch drops for PoE 2? I have got drops on for PoE 2. So if you watch my PoE 2 stuff, you will be eligible for the drops. And if you gift or make 2 subs of your own, you get the little Chimera pet. My son is Custodes, yoinking in progress. By the way, I heard the new Chaos Knight detachment where you sacrifice units for perks. What you have for Chaos vs. Chaos Knights, nothing states you can't sacrifice the opponent's units. Oh boy. So what you're saying is I need to learn Chaos Knights so then I can go into Sam and sacrifice her units for my own benefit. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Charlie, thank you so much for being here. Good night to you as well. Good night to everybody. Thank you for everybody who has joined us. I'm going to end the stream now. Join me on the Twitch channel for any of the PoE 2 stuff that I'm doing, any like random WoW raid nights or just random yapping. But yeah, a pleasure getting fucked in the ass with all of you. I hope you use lube and protection. But that's going to be us. I'll see you in the next one. Must be nice to be Marines and Necrons.